Welcome back. We're still in the studio now with Mr. Usman Nurainu Mohammed, the team leader, Petals Info Links. Like I said, we'll be entering the other dimension of the discussion, and I think that report there already exemplified a part of it. Whereas we're seeing that some youths are rioting, some are, protesting and so on, they are still youths very much involved in the process. So before we go into youths that are partisan, let's talk about youths such as those, basically trying to sensitize people on elections. What do you make of this variety that we're still seeing, whereas every Nigerian youth is not completely disenchanted with the country?
Yes, that is patriotic. That is very commendable to have a set of Nigerian youths that are moved by the interest of good governance, national development, and that are interested politically. I always take quarrels with my friends and family members, especially those who are disinterested about the political activities and the political environment, because that is very dangerous. If you have a set of people that are of voting age and that are not interested about what happens and what goes on in the political environment, that is very bad for democracy. To begin with, I must commend the efforts of these young Nigerians like myself that are making efforts to see that the political space is sanitized, they are encouraging the political activities. That is very much commendable, and that is patriotic. On the other hand, to participate in politics, it doesn't mean you must come out to be partisan in a political party, identify with a particular political party or not. Whether or not you are in a political party, or have interest in any political affiliation, the country would move forward with or without your support. So you must contribute in the electoral process, voting the right candidate, or you contesting to be voted for, and then support the government through their programs and policies. That is why we always encourage the government to give the youth, women and children a space in the political environment to be able to be carried along to have this sense of inclusion. Because if they are not included, they are not given the platform to participate in governance, in policy making and decision making, then you would expect naturally that the youth will not have interest and will be apathetic to the political environment. I was part of a political movement, a political democracy advocacy campaign organization that seeks to promote democratic dividends by advising government on policies, creating massive awareness of youth across the country through the digital space. A few months ago, we held advocacy sessions. We moved from place to place, from media organizations from one media organization to the other, to seek the support of Nigerians in this drive. And that is very patriotic. That is very commendable. And we must encourage some of these people that have this interest to come out and join the process to ensure that we contribute in the emergence of the new set of leaders in these 2023 elections, which is very, very much critical.
That's fair enough. Now let's head into an issue that has been dominating social media for some days now, and that is about the flack or the backlash some persons get when they identify with a candidate. Now, you see, for elections, some persons will say, I'm in the middle, I don't have a candidate. And some persons tend to later on say, you know what, I actually do have a candidate, I prefer this person. And then they get attacked. It has happened in different ways. Take, for instance, we have some persons some young persons, so to speak, who've identified with the APC presidential candidate. And according to these persons, they believe that they are being attacked by others because they've made their choice. We also have some persons, take for instance the comedian Mr. Macaroni, who says that since he declared support for the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, he has also had attacks. Some persons from the PDP, young persons supporting the PDP, also say that they are seen as trying to support an old order and so on and so forth. So everyone has some level of backlash. So I want to get your thoughts. What do you make of that? People judging others based on their candidates. There are layers to it. Some would say that your vote is going to affect me. So therefore, I have the right to condemn your choice. And others say, it's my vote, it's my choice. I'm not taking yours. So whatever I choose, should be up to me. So I wonder, how do you look at this? Should others be able to, condemn others for their choice, or is it up to each and everyone, whoever they choose to speak, just to be respected and no comments?
No, I don't see it that way. The sad thing about politics, especially democracy, is that it is more of a game of interest and numbers than it is of good governance and development. Yes, at the surface, democracy seeks to promote good governance, government of the people, for the people, by the people, the popular definition. But if you look at it closely, who wins elections at any political office that is contestable? It is the person that has the popular support. That is what the democracy projects. So popular support will only come after interest. So in that interest, sentiment would come in. Who among the candidates do I share sentiment with? Sentiment, it could be individual sentiment, it could be development-minded sentiment. Whatever sentiment it could be, that would be the basis to draw your support or loyalty to a particular candidate. All of us have choices in elections. We must make the right choices. My choice might not necessarily be the same as yours, but the most important thing is I have a choice, you have a choice. And the popular choice would be announced after the elections by the popular votes that the person is able to gather. So now that boils down to the area of mobilization. I have my own candidate, the person I believe will do well according to my own indices or my own perspective of how I look at governance, how I look at the current happenings, and what I want to bring forward for Nigeria. Same also with individual B, individual C. What we should be mindful of as Nigerian youths, especially those of us on social media, all the social media platforms, is the point that we all have to respect our individual choices as to what candidates our people profess. If you take a look at Facebook.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mohammed. Let's just take this call.
It's okay.
And then we'll go ahead. All right, good afternoon. You're on to the Polity. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, please turn down the volume of your TV set. Can you hear us?
Yes,
all right. Good afternoon. Please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Solomon. I'm calling from Edo State.
All right, Mr. Solomon, go ahead.
Thank you very much for this topic this afternoon. And the reason why that I see the problem on youth as a result of this election for scarcity, youth having problem among themselves is because of the hardship of the economy. Somewhere in Benin, I would want to mention last week, in the filling station, somebody mentioned APC, and that person was almost lynched. So this is all these things are happening as a result of the bad economy. All these things are happening as a result of what this present administration is doing. People are dying. So any of there is going to be huge clashes, especially in these separate political parties. Because like now, last week again, look at what happened in the Audi. The same thing happened. Somebody said APC, it was supposed to be the second time. So there's going to be these clashes among the youth of different political parties. So what the youth need to do is to use their PVC to vote out these psychophants. All these leaders who are saying they are psychophants. The youth is tired, everybody is tired. Like here in the local government. 10,000 naira is 8,000. 10,000 naira, they will remove 2,000 naira. So Nigerians are not happy. Nigerians are not happy. Nigerians are tired. So anybody who mention APC and PDP, we don't necessarily in the two states. There is crisis presently. So there's going to be youth different in different political parties. So what the Nigerian youth need to do, use your PVC and vote out this psychopath. Vote them out. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Solomon. Right, I think you got his own perspective there and how things are in this area. But please go ahead. If you want to respond to that also, that's fine.
I did. I think Solomon's ending is what I like the most. Use your PVC and vote out those who you believe are not competent enough, or those who among the contestants you believe are not right or ripe for leadership of this country. What I want us to pay more attention to as Nigerian youth is to shift attention from political party. There is no political party that is so to say clean or comprising of clean individuals. If I give you an example of the three major political parties now, you take a look at PDP, APC, most of them are belonging to almost the same feather. You know, some of these people belonged here and they decamped and moved to the other party. Take a look at Labour, the new party in town. Recently the DG of the campaign was arrested and he's having corruption allegations. NNPP is not left out.
All right, so sorry, Mr. Mohammed. We'll get back to that analysis on parties. For now, good afternoon. This is the Polity. All right, we lost that call. Please go ahead. You were analyzing the parties.
Yes, so NNPP is not left behind. So if you take a look at now these four major political parties, is it Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso that was not in the PDP, was not in the APC, and now in the NNPP? Is it Mr. Peter Obi that was not in the PDP and now in the Labour Party? Before then he was in ABGA. Is it Atiku Abubakar, His Excellency, that was not in the APC and PDP and another party? So all of them have belonged to one party or the other. So I don't want Nigerians, especially the youth that are voting in the forthcoming 2023 elections, to focus attention on political parties, because we have seen what the APC has, the PDP has done before the inception of the APC, and we have seen the performance of the APC so far. We cannot say that all of them have done poorly or they have done harm to the country. They have made their contributions in so many ways that they have assisted, and others too can be given the chance to come and contribute their own quota to the development of the country. So we should look at the strength of the candidates rather than the political party itself. If we make a mistake, the mistake of voting in leaders as a result of the party that they belong to alone, without looking at the strength, capability, and track record of the political leaders in the parties, then I think we are going to recycle the set of leaders that we have always been having in the country. For me as a person, I told you I have a choice. I look at the candidates based on what they have to offer first for the country, in relation to the youth population of the country, which forms the force, the political force, the economic force, and development force. There is no political development indices that will not look at or that will ignore the contribution of the youth. So I look at what the candidate has in store for this youth. What policies and programs would he do if would he wish to implement if given the opportunity? His track record and performance before now, and so many other factors, rather than just sentimentally picking up the choice of I'm tired of PDP, I'm tired of APC, tired of Labour. No, don't look at the political, the elections from this angle. Look at it from the angle of what capacity the people can do and what they intend to do. Look at the manifestos, read through, observe, ask questions. Look at from the campaigns, how are they engaging their people? What are they doing? What have they done? How many people have they empowered before, if they have had the opportunities? So most of the candidates, as we have them now, have been given opportunities. They have been tested with power, in the past? What have they done? What would they be able to do if given another opportunity? The last aspect I didn't touch on is the issue of social media backlash and scolding, if I may use that word. We have seen a new breed of political leaders emerging in this country more than ever before, especially the 4 major candidates that I've mentioned. I have read the policies of Rabiu Kwankwaso of NNPP, Mr. Peter Obi of LP, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar PDP, and His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Tinubu of APC. And I have seen what Mr. Adebayo of Social Democratic Party. I think in my assessment, these are the 5 candidates that have been properly engaging the public with their plans. They have been speaking to the nation about what they intend to do and how they intend to do it. What I have come to realize is that we have created nomenclatures relative to our political environment that is very, very much interesting. You have the BAT, they say you are batified, you are the other one, the obedient movement, obedient. You are articulated, then the concosia also on one hand. But what I don't like, as I stated, is the approach of the supporters on social media. I believe anybody who has the ability of using the chance of using a smartphone and have access to social media applications, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I believe that person should be enlightened, a bit more enlightened than the local people. So it is expected to have much decorum, more respect, more tolerance from these people on social media than from anybody else. But what you have is, if you are supporting Atiku Abubakar or any other candidate, APC or LP, against the candidacy of Kwankwaso on Facebook, it's likely that you have Kwankwaso supporters, die-hard supporters of the Kwankwasia movement, insulting you, raining insults and abuses, and some could go as far as verbal attacks on their Facebook friends and what have you. Same thing appears to be so on Twitter. If you are against the candidacy of most especially Mr. Peter Obi, it's likely that you have backlash from people that are supporting him, the obedience. So what I would say by and large is that we should play politics without bitterness. Right. Politics of inclusion, politics of tolerance, politics of understanding, so that we can promote peace, unity and development. After February 25th, all the candidates except the president-elect, so to be announced, will be the next president of the country. Right. So all of us will go back to our bases and relate well with our people. All right,
thank you very much, Mr. Usman Mohammed. It's been great having you. I hope to have you back sometime soon. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's all we'll take on the program for today. Do join us tomorrow and across all weekdays, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. The Polity reaches you live on Kaftan Television, Channel 124 on Startimes. Have a nice day. I am Amajin Naira.